Today we are diving into the deep end of the Marvel Universe with Venom issue number 253. If you have been following Ewing's run, you know this is not your typical eat brains and swing around Venom story. It is a time-traveling, metaphysical sci-fi epic. We open in the Bahamas on a private island. We meet Alessandro Branex, a former AIM bigwig who thinks he is safely retired. He is on the phone, arrogantly dismissing the current state of AIM and the super-adaptoid leadership. He thinks his lawyers protect him, but he receives a mysterious call from someone climbing the corporate ladder. The scene cuts instantly to an explosion. It is a brutal cold open, and the new boss is tying up loose ends. Cut to Madripoor, the classic Marvel wretched hive of scum and villainy. We are at a fancy restaurant where a woman named Monica is closing a deal with a corporate rep named Alan. It looks like a standard merger, but it is actually a purge. Monica is cold, refusing food, just wanting the signature. As soon as Alan confirms he has the authority to sign for AIM, a bomb on the serving platter detonates. This confirms a pattern. Someone is systematically wiping out the old AIM leadership structure. Now we are at a mostly secret location. We see AIM scientists working on a massive golden battlesuit. The head scientist, Huxley, is arguing about bringing MODOK back into the fold, refusing to give up control. But the purge is thorough. A bomb attached to the suit itself starts counting down. The new leader is not just taking over. They are eliminating anyone who might question their authority. The lab goes up in flames. We shift to the Raft, the Supermax prison. MODOK is in his cell, but he is not cut off. He is talking to a drone that is smuggled in using PIM particles. The mastermind behind the attacks reveals themselves here. MODOK realizes he has been checkmated. He is now accidentally the highest-ranking member of AIM left alive, but he is stuck in prison. The voice on the other end is gloating, having orchestrated this entire power vacuum. The big reveal hits. MODOK formally appoints Whitney Frost, Madame Masque, as his consigliere to run AIM while he is incarcerated. We see Masque in her element, surrounded by yellow-suited henchmen drinking coffee. She accepts the role with pleasure. Her first order of business is clear. She declares she has a symbiote to slay. This connects the corporate takeover plot directly to Venom. She is gunning for him. We jump to a domestic scene. Dylan, Brock, and Paul are unpacking in a small, cramped apartment with MJ watching. The vibe is super awkward. Dylan is trashing the place, calling it a hole, while Paul tries to stay positive. It feels like a starting over montage, but it is heavy with tension. You can feel the family baggage here. Dylan is still an angry woman in this world, while Paul is from another dimension, and she is not making this easy for Paul or MJ. The tension spills into the hallway when Dylan mocks Paul for not having a TV. Paul asks MJ to walk her downstairs. MJ and Paul share a private moment. They talk about how Peter has not forgiven MJ for past events. Paul tries to be the mediator, suggesting that sometimes people just need space, hinting that he might need space too. We also learn that the symbiote is not interested in building bridges either. It is a quiet character moment that grounds the story before the action ramps back up. Outside on the street, MJ and Paul agree not to see each other for a bit, a temporary breakup to let the dust settle. It is a mature moment, but it is interrupted violently. An explosion rips through the building they were just in. The violence from the opening pages has followed them home. The pacing here is great, lulling you with relationship drama before blowing it up. In the fiery aftermath, MJ gets a phone call. It is Madame Masque. She taunts MJ, taking credit for the explosion. This is personal now. Masque threatens MJ's family, her aunt, her sister, listing them off to show she has done her homework. She demands that Venom stay out of her way. The contrast between Masque calmly sitting in her chair and MJ standing in the wreckage highlights how far apart their situations are. MJ now turns into Venom and enters the building. The symbiote swings into the burning wreckage to help. We see Venom using new tech, flame-retardant webbing, to move through the fire. He is furious. He realizes his enemies are targeting his friends and family to get to him. He decides to stop playing defense and start playing offense. It feels like a shift in momentum for the issue. We cut to a coffee shop sometime later. MJ is meeting with Flash Thompson, Agent Anti-Venom. MJ is venting about her helplessness and anger, but Flash is acting strange. He stays silent, just staring at her. He grabs MJ's hand and tries to confess something. It creates a sense of paranoia. Why is he not talking? The art hints that something secret is happening. The truth comes out. Flash wants to confess that he feels more than friendship for MJ, but his anti-venom powers are pulsing a message in Morse code directly onto her hand. It is warning her that they are being listened to. MJ and the venom inside her picks up on it immediately. MJ ignores what Flash just said because her full focus is on the symbiote. It is a clever use of powers for spy work instead of just fighting. Venom investigates inside MJ and discovers that Mask used PIM particles to plant a microscopic listening device inside her. The symbiote detects it inside MJ's lung, but MJ decides to leave it there so they can feed Mask false information. MJ then leaves and loudly announces that she is moving to Los Angeles to throw the listener off the trail. Back at Paul's apartment, MJ communicates through written notes while speaking fake dialogue for the bug. MJ writes that Mask has her bugged. Dylan is annoyed but plays along. They ask Paul if he can trace the signal of the bug back to its source. It becomes a tense game of charades as they try to outsmart a listening enemy. Paul pulls it off. While they pretend to argue about relationships and moving, Paul tracks the signal on his laptop. He pinpoints Mask's location. The team's mood shifts from defensive to aggressive. They know where she is. The anger MJ felt earlier now has a focus. They finally have a target. Cut to Mask's HQ. She is watching the tracking signal, thinking she has won. She sees Venom moving and assumes he is running away or falling into a trap. But her henchmen realize the signal is not moving away. It is coming straight toward them. Mask believes she is the hunter, but Venom is bringing the fight to her door. Venom crashes the party. He smashes through the wall of the hideout, debris flying everywhere. The stealth is over. He starts tearing through the AIM agents. They try to shoot him with high-energy guns, but Venom keeps coming. He is quipping and brawling, doing what he does best. The fight keeps going. The AIM agents fire their energy weapons, but Venom is too fast. He dodges the blasts and takes them down one by one. The action feels fluid and brutal as he clears the room, pushing his way toward the boss. Venom webs up the last goon and calls out Mask. She steps forward, calm and fearless. She sarcastically apologizes for being rude about his new look last time. It is the quiet before the storm. Madame Mask then reveals her upgrade. She is piloting the massive golden battlesuit we saw earlier. She looks like a walking tank. She tells Venom that he set the trend, and now she is perfecting it. It is a killer cliffhanger that sets up a kaiju-level fight for the next issue, with the stakes jumping from hidden bugs to giant mechs.